Hey everybody, it's Lori the Frugal Mom. Don't mind my appearance. I just got back from doing some errands and going for a walk. I am going to hop in the shower when I get in the house. So today's video is a hard one for me to make. Today is the 1-year anniversary of Jocelyn Walters passing, the day that she decided to leave us. And the reasons why she did that I'll talk about briefly. I'm sure most of you who know me know. So Jocey was my daughter's very best friend, and even though they only knew each other for about 3 years, they have become very, very close, particularly in the last year. They shared a lot of common experiences, and they had a lot of common goals, and they really loved each other and had a lot of mutual respect for each other, and they were each other's person. And I know my daughter has not been the same since Jocey left. The reason why Jocey left us is because she was being bullied. My daughter was as well. Sometimes they were being bullied together. And unfortunately, when reports were filed at the school level, nothing much was really done. So I have my feelings about that. I don't think that the school did right by them, and I don't think they do right by any of the kids who get bullied, but that's another video. That's a hard one to swallow because I feel like the adults in charge just didn't do enough to help these children out. I mean, I have seen some of the things that these kids endured on social media and in texts, and I just cannot believe that the kids who were bullying the girls were just so cruel. I mean, I know that we were bullied in our era. I'm Gen X, I'm 50 now, but my God, it certainly was not as cutthroat as it is now. There was points where, the girls were told just to kill themselves. I'm just going to say this, because I feel like as parents, we should be accountable too. There is no excuse for your child to outright tell somebody to kill themselves, especially over and over. As someone that's been in therapy for most of their lives and a great, supporter of therapy, they say that it takes an average of 3 to 6 times for someone to hear something before it settles into their mind, or it becomes a habit. They say 4 to 6 weeks, something becomes a habit. So, an otherwise positive girl who had everything going for you, she was an athlete, she was extremely intelligent, she was accelerated a year in school, she was a dancer, she was a baker. She just had so much going for her. She had a lot of friends. This is not an unpopular kid we're talking about, or an outcast. And even if she was, bullying her still would not be right. But the fact that she was so loved and had so much going for her really just blows my mind that people would be so cruel to her. So, I'm sorry, I digressed. And I'm a little bit emotional, so forgive me. But, for her to go from being that positive child with everything going for her, now I'm back on point, to wanting to take her life, just goes to show you the power of suggestion, having to hear all that negativity and having it constantly on you. The weight of it is just so heavy. I'm going to tell you kids out there something, if any of you are listening to me. You don't have to like everybody. You're not going to be for everybody, and everybody won't be for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, you do have a responsibility to the world and yourself to treat other people with respect. You do have the responsibility to not harass people to the point where they want to end their life. A promising life full of potential, a kind, wonderful, sweet soul who I considered my friend as well. I would sit with the girls and we would talk about all kinds of things. She was so very respectful of adults as well, where some teenagers would just kind of laugh it off. Oh yeah, parents, whatever, but she didn't. She would talk to me just like I was one of the kids, and I really appreciated that. And I know that if I'm feeling this loss, I can't even imagine what her parents must be feeling and what they felt. They experienced something that no parent should, and for what reason? Because somebody had this hatred in their heart for their beautiful daughter. Every parent's worst nightmare is what they're living through every day. So, in honor of Jocey today, please talk again with your children and tell them that it doesn't matter if they don't like somebody. Keep it to themselves. Don't call someone names. Don't shame them. Don't bully them. Tell them to put down their phones and get out of their head. Because these phones are so bad. If we were bullied when we were their age, we could come home and escape it. These kids can't escape it. Limit their time on social media, limit their time in their phones, make sure they get out and they get air and activity. But please, preach kindness and understanding and acceptance to your kids. And I know, like a lot of us, we set out to be really great parents, and we are. And sometimes no matter what you do, our kids will just do what they want to do. But it's worth another conversation if we can try to keep this from happening. And we all have to hold the schools and the other adults, doctors who overprescribe medications to kids, we all have to hold them accountable. It's so important. And most importantly, as parents, we need to build our children up, fill up their love cup so much that it's overflowing, so that they know how loved they are. And I know that Jocey's parents did that. I just wish whatever happened that afternoon, that she was able to realize just how much she loves. Just how much she was loved, and just how much the world needed her. The world still needs her. And I know that she was just too good for the world, and unfortunately I guess that's why she made the decision to leave us. And my hope now is that we who are here left behind can continue to spread positivity, kindness, and hope. There's been too many children lost in the last few years. Please, do something kind today. Give someone a compliment that you don't know. Smile at a stranger. If you know somebody that's alone, feeling alone, don't offer judgment, offer friendship, offer them love, even if it's in the smallest form. You never know what your small gesture can do for someone to make their day better, and maybe make them decide to change their minds and stay. I'm thinking of the entire Walters family today. I think of you every day. I think of Jocey every time I see a sunset. I know that I will be going to the celebration in Keensburg today where they light off 99 lanterns, and I'll be watching the sunset in her honor. She loves sunsets, along with my daughter and my ex-husband and a lot of her friends and family. I love you all. Please remember Jocey today. God bless.